A lot of people have these fancy road bikes that are 10 grand, 15 grand, or what have you. And so I've been asked a couple questions lately on the best way to insure them, what markets are out there, if a homeowner's policy covers them, et cetera. And so I wanted to shed some light on the different options. There's two main players in the road bike or fancy bike arena. One is Velo Insurance and the other one is Sundays. These are the two websites. You can get quotes right on them by simply clicking get a quote. These are going to be the most robust policies, right? They talk about all the different type of perils, very simply, accidental damage, getting in a bike wreck, etc. Lord forbid, knock on wood. You've got some coverage for worldwide types of risks, and this is kind of the go-to spot that I would say that this is specialty insurance that is going to get your bike. If you've got a one-of-a-kind type bike that's over 10 grand, this is probably what I would go with. That said, a lot of insurance companies have endorsements that are called bicycle floaters, and this happens to be the one that I've used in the past for Nationwide. And the only thing you list your bike here, so you'd say, I've got an E7 Equinox, a tri-bike, so I'd list Trek E7 Equinox, and I'd list it for $2,500. It's probably what I paid new, right? All risks for physical loss to the property except, so everything's covered except wear and tear, deterioration, rust, mechanical breakdown, and then damage while it's being worked on. So if I get in a bike wreck or it gets stolen out of my car, or I get in a car accident and it's strapped to the back of my car and it ruins it, those things are all covered up to the cause of loss. However, look down here to the loss settlement. They will not pay more than the least of the following amounts. So the max they're going to pay is whatever the lowest amount in here is. And so if the amount of insurance is $2,500, but the actual cash value of my Equinox bike is less than that, they're only going to give me the current value. So just because it says that I've got the bike insured for $2,500 up here, they're only going to give me my current actual cash value, depreciated value. And for that reason, I think that's why these policies are more money. It's because they're designed to get you, if you bought your bike for 15 grand and you total it, they're going to get you 15 grand. This policy says you bought your bike for 15 grand and you've used it for 5 years. Now we're going to give you 8 or 7 or 9, what have you. And they're going to look for like, kind, and quality bikes that are in the marketplace available for sale. So let's talk about premium. If you use this type of a policy, which basically helps you get your money back for your current value of what you have, a bike like mine, $2,500 bike, is probably around $80 to $120 in premium per year. It's around, if you've got it, I think the most expensive bike I ever put on here was $8,000 and it was like $225. So there's a minimum premium and then it gets a little bit cheaper the higher you go. So call it $200-300 for a very fancy bike on here to at least give you some coverage. Now let's go to Sunday's product, and I started entering in my details, and you'll see on here I put $2,000. I'm going to put 2,500 actually, so that you can do this live on the website. They will not let you select a bike that's older than 6 years old. So if you have a really old bike, this is not the place for you. You would have to go this route with the endorsement to your homeowner's policy. And then you can see all the different brands. I mean, they got hundreds of brands of bicycles. So I'm from Wisconsin. We like Trek bikes, E7, and it says you can provide the serial number later. I don't do any races or events, so I'm going to say no. I'm not going anywhere in the world. No. Lifetime, new or old. If you bought your bike new in the last 60 days, you can get new for old. So they'll replace it with a new item. So no depreciation. If you have a brand new bike, this is something that I would add for all those reasons. No custom parts. I don't have any custom wheels or anything like that, or a second bike. So I'm just going to proceed on down here. Okay, enter my information. If there's anybody else riding the bike in my home, no, I don't have any claims, and I'm going to pay it annually. So let's look at what the quote is for this. You can get it live right here on the website and see what it's like for a bike that's $2,500. $156 a year for this bicycle for a 6-year-old Trek at $2,500. I would say if I put the actual cash value at $1,000, the premium would be $75, and it would be incrementally more. So a bike that's 10 to 15 grand, you could pay close to $1,000 a year for that bike to be insured on one of these specialty policies that's going to get you, theft in the home, away from the home, in transport, while you're on the road, an accident where you crack the wheels or crack the frame or the fork, etc. So these policies are more expensive. I do think they've got broader perils. If you're biking all the time or you've had an accident, this is an option for you. And if you're looking for just a simple option that you want it covered outside of the home, this is the plan B. And then last is, if it's in your home and your home catches on fire, it is covered as contents while it's in your home. The floater means it leaves your home, and then you've got some coverage there. I hope that helps. Have a great evening.